Wobba bobba booer! Hello guys and welcome back to yet another review by me, the Doc 11. And as you can see today it's another DC review, but today of the... Batman just fell over, didn't he? Yeah. Batman fell over. Of the Joker, it's actually Amber's figure, but she kindly lets me review her figures. Just as the Harley Quinn figure was also hers. Apart from that Harley Quinn, that was mine. Yeah. I'm not allowed to doll apparently though, but hey. So I just run over the packaging. It says the Joker there. You got a big display window, or your warning choking hazards at the top. Capullo, whatever it's called. Greg Capullo, the obviously designer that draws the comic. DC Comics designer series. Greg Capullo, DC logo 13. It's number 13. All your legal information. The 4 figures that he has actually had released. Obviously the Joker, Survival Batman, Wonder Woman, which is awesome, and the Flash. Love it when I knock all my stuff off. Anyway, let's get this figured out and start reviewing it. Okay, so I have the figure out of the box, and obviously all the figures are now back where they belonged. So as you can see, the Joker is... kind of reminds me of Jared Leto, but a lot more evil and less clowny, I guess. Even though he is the clown prince of Gotham. When the camera decides it wants to focus, because it always does this, you'll see that there is actually... do you know what, I'm turning that light off a sec. Piss off. There we go. You will actually see that there is actually sort of markings, like wrinkles on his head, and sort of like green spots on the side of his head, like it's been slightly shaved, but not completely. Same on the other side as well. It's just where he's had his hair cut, really. Some really nice sort of stretch marks on his neck, which I think is really cool. His lips are big and wide, and he looks like he's about to eat somebody. And he's then just wearing a basic plain black suit, which I think is painted very nicely, actually. It's got a lot of creasing material. There's a little handkerchief in his pocket. Kind of looks like there's something Bruce Wayne would wear, but obviously it's not. It's the Joker. Then again, it could be inside Bruce Wayne's head. And he has some nice white leather gloves on that match his skin tone, and then he's got some sort of grey sleeve on his thing. Moving down, he's got creased pants, but they are ironed, to be honest. They just look like he's wore them for the day. And then, just at the bottom, he's got some really, really nice, silky, black leather shoes, which I think the detail on this is amazing. And because of the little heels on them, there, I think it makes him stand really easily. His head is actually removable from one of the accessories, which I'm going to show you in a second. But yeah, I think the detail on him is just amazing, and it's definitely well worth the money that you can pay for it, because figures like these you can pay a fortune for. But I reckon the 22 quid, was it? £22 for this is just an amazing price. So, now, moving on to the accessories. So just before I do the figure's articulation, I'm going to show you all the accessories. So he has an axe, which is, yeah, it's kind of big. I mean, if you can see it in comparison to Aquaman or Wonder Woman's head. Yeah, it's pretty big. Nice detail on it. Looks scratched and edged like it's been used. There's a slight wood effect, but not really much of wood effect on the handle, but obviously that'll fit into his hand nicely. The second accessory it comes with is actually, it kind of looks like Rick's gun in season 1 of The Walking Dead, but it's a long revolver with a bang on the bottom, which obviously shows he's a prankster, which I think is amazing. I've always wanted a gun that does that, which you can actually buy, but never bought one. Anyway, so I think the detail on that, to say it's so small, is just amazing. Like, you can see all the little grooves and little knobs and stuff on the gun. And the little sort of handle and the trigger's just awesome. And then the last accessory is this second swappable head. Now, his hair's sort of more shaven, and it kind of... well, and then his face is like half eaten off. And it kind of reminds me of the trailer... well, the scene from the second trailer of Suicide Squad, where it shows him with like marks on his face and then his hair slightly flipped over. So whether this is from one of those sort of comics which features that, I'm not sure, but I definitely think this is probably what Jared Leto's Joker was based on for the movie Suicide Squad. But his teeth are more open here, and there's a lot of like dark, sort of groovy, aging sort of stuff into it. But overall, I think the detail on the head's really cool, and I'm hoping it'll fit on his head a lot better when you take his head off. Anyway, to the figure's articulation. Okay, now on to articulation. So his head does 360 degrees round, and obviously it pops off for you to change the head, but I'll show you that in a bit. His arm does 360 degrees at the shoulder. Is it ball jointed? No, it's not. It does 360 at the bicep, and it does 90 at the elbow. It's just a bit stiff because it's so new. It then does 360 at the wrist, and moving down he has 360 at the waist. His legs kick out forward 45 degrees and bend, well, his knees bend at a 90-degree angle at his knee. And then can he do the split? He cannot do the splits, but the Joker wouldn't do the splits. And then his feet spin 360 and they move up, down and up. So that's the articulation. Now I'm going to put his arms all back and put him in the pose he was in. And we're going to switch his head over. Okay, so as you can see, I've now switched the head over and it looks so cool, even though the camera decides to then go out of focus as I start recording. But it's now back in focus, kind of. When I don't drop the other head, you can just see the comparison between this head and the other head, which I think is really cool. I really do like this head. And just to show you a comparison between the height of this figure and the height of the Jared Leto, well, not the Jared Leto, the Heath Ledger figure, you can see that the figure's really tall. And I think it's almost as tall, if not as tall, as Batman. No, this Joker's a bit taller than my Batman, actually, which is kind of inaccurate, because the Joker's not actually that tall, but this is a different version of the Joker compared to the Batman that this is. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I've been the Doc 11, and this has been a review of the DC Designer Series Joker by Greg Capello. And I actually think this figure is amazing and well worth the money. So, if you've got 22 quid, or probably about 25 maybe at Forbidden Planet, I'm not sure, definitely go buy it, and because the detail on it is amazing and it's definitely worth adding to your collection. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe. Bye for now guys. Bye.